Can't hear anything. Just see pictures, all your faces. Okay. Can you hear?
What happened? So based on the criteria, admit only 5 are there. ये settings कर देना अपने आप वो add हो गए without admitting. Settings को change कर देना
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and warm welcome to all for joining us in CGBMT School of Simple Living 18 Foundation Day celebrations. Optimism is a faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. With this inspirational words, I, Architect Garima Grover, Volunteer Manager of CGBMT, on behalf of CGBMT, extend a warm welcome to all of you. Well, my first and foremost duty on behalf of Architect Neela Manjunath, founder and CEO of CGBMT and team, I would like to welcome all the visionaries, dignitaries, special guests, friends, and my dear participants. Since ages, we have been welcoming our guests with fragrances. Today, we take the opportunity to welcome with auspicious tulsi plants. To begin this auspicious occasion, may I invite Architect Neela Manjunath to present a tulsi plant and welcome our dignitaries on the stage, please. We present tulsi plant to Ms. Nalini ma'am. India Anand sir. Director RBS College sir.
Mr. Ravi.
And Mr. Mathupaji on behalf of Dr. Indumati Rao.
often speak. Children are there and they are.
Mr. Ramanath, Secretary PSI.
Spokesperson. Continue.
Architect Sanjeev Joshi, sir.
Architect Sanjeev Joshi, sir. Mr. Rajiv, sir, from Windcraft. Yogesh Singh, sir, from Google.
Solar Mama Devashish.
Devashish.
Solar Mama.
Devashish.
Solar Mama.
Solar Mama from Redwood College.
Devashish is reading. One of them. For the engineers.
Rutaya, sir, Associate Technical from CGBMT.
I'm sorry, I can't control your music here.
Now, we'll have a traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony as a tribute to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. For this, I welcome our chief guest, Ms. Sandhya Narayan, founder member SMART, guest of honor, Dr. Indumati Rao, regional advisor CBR Network, guest of honor, Ms. Nalini Shekhar, co-founder executive director of Hazirullah Bangalore, to kindly move towards Vidya lighting to inaugurate the session. Mother, we pray for your blessings with humility. Give us wisdom to make this world a better place. May all human beings live in harmony with nature and other forms of life. May the truth prevail. May the darkness of ignorance be swept away by the dawn of self-realization.
Just learning.
Yeah. You leave the seats for others can take. Yeah, we can see.
Oh, okay, fine.
We'll make that visible.
Yes. It's a little dicey.
Sleeping.
From now on, I would request our CGBMT program manager, architect Radhika Gopinath, academician, researcher, and a motivator, to come forward and brief about CGBMT and introduce founder of CGBMT, architect Neela Manjunath, to the forum.
Very much. That was so wonderful. I'm so privileged to stand before you and take this opportunity on behalf of CGBMT to explain about our organization and to welcome our founder, Architect Neela Manjunath ma'am, to the dais. So very good morning, all of you. I consider it's my pleasure because I've been following ma'am from 2014. So you can consider me as I'm the student of her. I'm a big fan, and this is my dream came true that I'm standing here and then on behalf of her, and going to speak. So it's really overwhelming for me. So coming back to CGBMT, the Center for Green Building Materials and Technology, it is an Indian non-governmental organization that works to promote a sustainable way of living. Our work responds to environmental issues of our times through eco-education, advocacy, research and development, and on-the-ground community projects. CGBMT has successfully completed 18 years of its existence. Since its inception, CGBMT have been advocating eco-education, skilling, simple living, inclusivity, and social equity, including resources, equity of the commons as the only panacea for a happy, healthy, and just society. This special occasion gives us an opportunity to take stock of our achievements and to rededicate ourselves to face the new challenges that lie ahead. CGBMT started by one instrumental person who dedicated almost, it's not just 18, it's more than that, and now grown with 22 advisory committee members. We have executive members, managers, and volunteers following. To present the journey of CGBMT, I request our beloved CEO and Director Ma'am of CGBMT, Architect Neela Manjunath, to come forward. But before that, I would like to take privilege in briefing about her. Ma'am is truly not only architect, she is a multifaceted person. She is a planner, scientist, activist, and a theoretician, and whatnot. There are so many designations for her. She is a proprietrix for Mansaram Architects, CEO, founder, and managing trustee, Center for Green Building Materials and Technology, World Bamboo Ambassador, Chair Karnataka Chapter, and NGC member, BSA, key expert in Bamboo Construction Task Force, INGAR, Advisor for Sustainability and Bamboo Affairs, Dalbagh Agra 2013, and Advisor for Karnataka State Bamboo Mission 2019. She is a Bangalore-based architect, distinguishable, known for the use of low-energy material and technologies, with a special emphasis on bamboo in her numerous reputed projects in India and as well as abroad. Her buildings are the epitome of simple and direct solutions to problems concerning the general function of the building, accompanying sympathy towards the immediate environment in terms of climate, statement of the building forms, local and green building materials. Her architecture is distinguished for healing the biosphere and well-being of society. Her work has been published and presented widely. I am just going to name very few awards, her awards and nomination. Sir M. Vishweshwaraya Prize in the year 2005, IAA Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwar Award 2005, World Architecture Community Awards 2013, and World Architecture News Awards 2013. So there are enormous amounts, so let me just go to the latest one. 4 RTF Awards, Cultural Office Building, Transportation and Housing 2017, Asia Sustainability Champion 2017, Fibra Awards 2018-19, and Asadi Vastupala Mahanadi Award 2020. I request Architect Neela Manjunath ma'am to share the journey of CGBMT with all of us. Before that, we would like to present our journey through a video. I believe the visuals will connect to people very easily and you can retain it. So let us play the video. of CGBMT journey from 2004 till 2022. Sir, I will try to showcase this so it will be easy for you. Take a let it be here and you can continue there. 20 seconds each.
going live.
That is not giving a lag.
You can download locally. You're downloading from Google Drive now. Google
No, sir, I
Define.
have already downloaded it and also
Stop it, play again. Why don't you play the video from this? HDMI from this? Stop this. Play the Follow this. Yeah. This is audio coming through.
That has to be connected here. It's not working. That's it.
Take out audio. There's no point.
It's just not working. That means it's not here.
So connect it here.
It changes as soon as the HDMI cable is connected.
Yeah.
The speaker doesn't work. Settings need to be changed.
Yes.
That's it. Presentation where you have. So in our presentation, it's
about that. I think in my introduction was Adhika now for 11 too long. So, so I think they tried to make it a little because I've been slightly unwell for the last 3 days and they thought that I might not be able to speak anything about CGBMT. So, and these are all volunteers from all over the country who have been trying to do their best for the last 45 days to come to this location with the foundation day. And so I think you've already seen most of the activities that we have been trying to do. And the whole purpose of now trying to get a proper foundation day and thing was, I've been continuing my journey for almost 15 years till about 2019, after registration in 2004, doing some projects, and some lots of workshops, advocacy programs. And then after 15 years, we realized that I think we really need to get to skilling. Hello? Is it better? The same? Too close. Thanks to COVID, I'm not very distinct water holding it too close. You know. Yeah. So the idea that came up, Dr. Yalappa Reddy, we actually in 2000 we tried to make a constitute of advisory committee and try to take skilling on a very war footing basis. And so in 2019, Mr. Siv Shailam, IS retired now, and Dr. Yalappa Reddy and they seem sir, we all thought of taking skilling to a very different level because CGBMT has been doing it. Advocacy also we have done enough. So now with skilling also we were doing. We were running courses in bamboo application technology from 2011. And last 2 years have been tough. We have not got many students. There were one student in 1 year, and then he also dropped out. So 2 years has been tough for everyone. But we want to take skilling to a different level. So we started in 2020, 2nd March, we had our meeting of the first advisory committee. And we thought about certain programs on skilling, and COVID hit on 22nd March, just 20 days later. But we did not keep quiet. We had around 26 simple talks, sadharan baatein, what we call, on different aspects of which we say balancing the 5 elements. How do you live balancing the 5 elements, which is what we are supposed to do to live healthily and happily. And as you saw, we had we had the good fortune of having some of the best speakers from the country and abroad. And we had Dr. Vandana Siva and Dr. Randa Prasad. We had Harish Khande, and we had all these people who really contributed their time. And it was a very good reach, and we could reach almost around 700 colleges and institutions across the country in 1 year, and approximately 20,000 students and participants. I won't say just students, they were participants. Of course, we all are students. That's a different thing. And we could reach them even during the COVID. In the second year, our whole thing was about simple living. The whole campaign that we had, and the campaign through these 5 elements was about simple living. Because believe me, it is not the United Nations, it is not the COP22 or 25 or even 30 who is going to really solve our climate problems. It is us. It is we at our level, single person, every single person. If we are able to contribute ourselves with small changes in our daily lives, and that is what a cumulative effect probably will change the situation for us and have a more breathable, better life with good, good quality water and things like that. The whole campaign and the whole purpose was to see that the simple things, simple living, how do you live simply, and that's how that contributes to, taking care of the global warming by default. And that with that purpose, there was one more thing that when we realized when we were doing the webinar, so the second year, we said skilling for simple living. That was in 2021-22. So I myself am an architect and I have been into this sector for such a long time. My own rainwater harvesting system is not working fully. It's only working some 50% for the last 3-4 years, and I've been looking for somebody reliable to get a person to fix my rainwater harvesting, and I'm not able to do that. So what about a common man who does not know where to go? So I thought this skilling for even the smallest thing like a plumber who does all this, we want to become sustainable, and many people want to become sustainable, but they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. So for that purpose, we started this skilling for simple living that was in the next campaign. As part of that, all we have been working on course programs, and in this again is 5 elements. First year we are rolling out around 6 programs, and out of that we have all our volunteers who are here. They work for almost 2 years to set up these courses, and we have it in 5 levels. The basic course, which every citizen should know, that's what we feel. And the second course is something when you have picked your interest about sustainability and about things, and then you get to the second level. The third level is on having it as a hands-on program. You actually come to our place and you get these first 2 are online, because as you said today also the attendance, as you can see, is very short and very less, and there are more people probably online than offline here. So these first 2 programs, which we thought we will be on, it will be online, and after that is an offline program where we have workshops depending on the area that we are working on, and after that we'll have incubation and enterprise development, and that is a must part of a program. So education should get into a vocation is something which is very important. Only education for the sake of education doesn't actually have a meaning. And the last person down the mile, in the bottom of the pyramid, he doesn't need a PhD. He doesn't need a whatever to really, he needs a vocation to earn his living and living happily. And that's what we want to work for. So we are trying to get this, and this we try to work it in the framework of NSDC, National Skill Development Program, where class 7 is the actually qualifying thing, and so class 8 onwards we can have these programs. So this is what was thing, and we have 5 courses. We have actually very enthusiastic of doing it 25 once, but we will do 5 to start with this year, and that is on rainwater harvesting, and we have on building with mud, building with bamboo, disaster management, and we have air pollution and energy, parameters of healthy living. That's another. These are the courses, and all these are something which we said, but each element for water, balancing each one of them, we need at least this is the beginning. And then we will be adding on to the courses, slowly like that. So we are ready with the first basic course of all of these, and then we will be rolling in July, and we'll be opening up our registration very soon. And so we also wanted to actually announce that today in the program that we will be, because skilling is something which we are really, this thing is not just advocacy we are doing simultaneously through our social media, because social media has become main media these days. And for small organizations like us, not small that way, but small in number of people and volunteers that we have to work on, it is difficult for us to, even resource-wise, to go for large programs offline and things like that. So we are using social media to our benefit as much as we can, and that's what we are trying to do. And with this, there's one more thing that I'm trying to, in CGBMT, we are trying to do is working on having a volunteer ecosystem in the country, and if you can get from people from outside as well. The ecosystem has to be developed. The time is such that we need each one of us to help each other. So this one is like you volunteer maybe 4 hours, 8 hours per week for the cause, whichever you feel like, and then CGBMT is happy to absorb people like that who are, and they are working. We have from 2020 we started, and I think by now we have more than 30 people. Some people have worked for 2 months, some for 6 months, some for 1 year. We have Kamani here who has worked for 2 years now with us. Radhika and all these people, they have been here for 1 year with us. So like this, people have been giving their time and this thing, and this is how we have been working. Because we cannot work otherwise, it's very difficult, and we are trying to work as a hub and spoke model. So Bangalore, we are making like a hub, and all these people, they're coming from across the country. We have Himanshu, who is come here as a event manager, all the way from Delhi. Radhika has come from Delhi. We have Garima, she has come from Dehradun. We have Kamani, who has come from Chennai. Srinidhi also has come from Chennai. So we are trying to have these spokes in different areas where they will spread the word, in different areas. So this is something what we are trying to do through CGBMT, and we need all your support and in every way possible to take this thing, the noble mission forward. So this is what I wanted to share, and thank you so much and for coming here and sharing our journey. We have shared our journey, and you have listened to us patiently. We are really thankful for that. So we will be moving forward. So we have certain things. Many of our, I really welcome all the people also who are joined offline, online. Dr. Jasim, as you can see here, and there are many. And Dr. Indumati Rao, I thank you, ma'am, for joining, and we are waiting to hear from you. There, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. So. So we have made a small report of our activity from 2004 to 2022, and we will be releasing it. And I would request the chief guest to release the report.
Sure. You can show to the audience.
Remote very.
So this is the report that we actually have prepared as a handout for a brief of our activities that we have been trying to do all these years. And we'll be sharing some of the copies we have made with people. Others we will, thanks to, we don't want to waste so much of paper, so yeah, soft copy will be shared with everyone.
Ma'am, we would request one more from Chief Guest to do this honor. Usually, when you are a head of the department or head of your NGO, you are the unpaid employee mostly, and people don't appreciate. They don't wait for it. Also, they just follow their mission. So, on behalf of all volunteers, we would like to honor our ma'am, Neela Manchkar from here. So please accept. And this honor all of them. Volunteers, please come here, close that.
First, if you want to come as a guest, they will be honored.
Thank you so much. Now I request our worthy CEO of CGBMT, Architect Neela Manchkar ma'am, to please formally welcome our chief guest, Ms. Sandhya Narayanan, member SWMRT, with a memento as a reminder of love.
Ma'am, please come. Oh my. Was made by the artisans Gopal and Amandi and Prakash and Raja. This is printed, it was made by them and fixed by them.
Ms. Sandhya Narayanan worked as a finance professional for close to 2 decades and has been working as a member of Solid Waste Management Roundtable, that is called SWMRT, a collective of SWM practitioners in Bangalore for over 13 years. She is an analyst and expert on economy of waste. She has been extensively involved in the policy advocacy area related to all aspects of municipal solid waste management, has co-authored several papers on several aspects of waste management, has been very involved in local groups working at the ward level with the local communities, elected representatives, and the BBMP on waste management systems, and she is a part of several BBMP and DMA technical committees. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. Now, I would request our chief guest, Ms. Sandhya Narayanan, to please come on the podium and share a few words to the audience.
Good morning to you all. Can you hear me? It's been a pleasure meeting you. I don't know you before this, but the last 48 hours that I have known you, I've been really taken in by the work that you're doing, the organization, and having come here, I can see the love and affection that the team has got for Nigamji, and these are not small things to achieve. It takes a lifetime, it takes commitment, it takes passion, and it takes a lot of love on the part of people and to get it back. And it's really wonderful to see that happening to you. And it's my pleasure to get to know you. I would also like to remember Sri Yalapareddy, who is not here today, but is very important for us. He's been our mentor in our journey waste management. We met Yalapareddy in, I think, 2008, 2009, and the magnanimity of the man, the generosity of the gentleman, that he, the way he has shared what was possible and helped us to achieve, our goals is something that is very important for us, and we will never forget it. Having said that, it's we also run an organization in the area of waste. So what you have done here in the area of bamboo and trying to skill, trying to get people to understand is very important. And these are things that somewhere we were discussing, Mr. Anand and I, about how these things fall by the wayside. And to have to bring it to the mainstream and to talk about it and make sure that you all as the next generation actually get to learn about it and take it forward is a very valuable contribution that this organization is doing. In terms of simple living, I mean, I just want to say a few words about waste, because I don't know how many of you really have an exposure to that area. We are working in the area of waste management exactly for the same reasons, that we shouldn't forget the fact that we have to be sustainable in the way in which we live. And sustainable means that we don't take more out of the mother earth than we can give back. So a lot of our habits today have become a use and throw kind of activity, where we take and we forget to give back. So a lot of work that we have done around waste is about how can we build small, simple habits, which starts with a simple thing like segregating at home into wet, dry, and sanitary waste, which is so very important. These are things that we all have to build into our daily habits, that we just don't use and we don't throw. So the throwing away is not an option for us at all. Whatever we do, we have to ensure that we reuse and give back to the planet. So we are working at the city level, and I know Nalini Shekhar for a long time, and we've been in this journey together for a long time. And the work that Nalini has also done with again the marginalized people around with waste pickers and how we can support them. These have all been part of that whole same journey. So my request would be that in this amazing journey that Neelamji has created for you, where you learn so many 5 elements that she was talking about, the important one there is also about having to give back to the planet what we have taken from it. And only then will there be so many more generations going forward. We still have amazing rivers, amazing forests, amazing see mountains, and to be able to enjoy the beauty of all of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful words. I would like to call Srinidhi just to brief about the course, just 100 words. So she'll be explaining, she's all the way coming from Chennai, and she's also the senior most volunteer here, who helped in developing the course. So just few words about the course structure, you can say, so that people who are interested, they can enroll, right?
So, hi, welcome. So, like ma'am mentioned, we've all been working for the past 2 years, trying to put together courses that can be introduced to skill people on basic things like for rain, water can be used for and harvested for all our needs. Mud is a very natural material which is very versatile, which can be used for construction and energy which can be conserved, multiple types of energy which can be conserved. These are all small things which, if we skill people enough, then they can actually take it up as a profession, which will help in developing and promoting a very sustainable way of living. So we started the courseware with the idea of splitting it as the basic and then advanced and then skilling them with hands-on. So I go on and explain one courseware briefly. So it's similar. The other courseware are done in a similar way. So say rainwater, we took rainwater, for water we took rainwater harvesting. So we did a simple course of what rainwater harvesting is and how it can be done and the types of rainwater. And then we introduced a couple of case studies for people to understand how rainwater is actually implemented successfully. And we are giving them a small project to actually, with the help of experts, to do calculation, understand how a project can be done. So at the end of the course, with the help of with the help of ma'am and with the help of people who are skilled in that, experts, after interacting with them and after doing one project itself and hands-on, when they go out into the world, they'll be able to work as a person who is skilled in rainwater harvesting and who we can call to our house to get our house rainwater harvesting done. So this was rainwater harvesting. Similarly, we have done courseware for all the main elements. So we'll be releasing it shortly, like how ma'am said. So I hope it really helps a lot of people out there, and in turn helps us to live a much better, much sustainable lifestyle.
Thank you, Srinidhi. That was wonderful. Very nice. So, thanks, Srinidhi. Now it's time to hear the valuable thoughts of our guest of honor, Dr. Indumati Rao. She is a regional advisor from CGR Network. Ma'am, due to unavoidable reasons, she couldn't come to our program, but she is connected online. So I would request ma'am will be sharing some thoughts and insights to us. But before that, I would like to share about a brief about her in detail. So we welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Indumati ma'am. She is the founder and regional coordinator of the community-based rehabilitation network that works in 8 South Asian countries. So the CGBMT network has certificate of membership with Rehabilitation International and was given UN Special Consultative status. Dr. Rao has contributed widely and in depth towards building the movement for inclusion of children, adults, and senior citizens with diverse needs across the country and the South of Asia. The Bangalore-born science graduate chose to complete her post-graduation in special needs and go on to get a doctoral degree in the same line. She has founded and led many organizations including Nivedita Shishu Kendra, 1976, Nivedita Manovikas Kendra, 1981, Seva in Action, 1985, other than the CBR network. The focus of her work has been inclusive development of all, especially those who are not most disadvantaged due to disability, aging, and poverty. She is currently also the chairperson of the Global Partnership for Disability Development, GPDD, the vice chairperson, National Bal Bhavan, and a former member of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities. And by the way, we are supposed to call them especially challenged people. She has published several papers, initiated and implemented research projects, and put out video lectures and more on the subject of inclusion of people with diverse needs. She also passionately works with the earth and grows fruits, vegetables, herbs, and more in her farm of Madari Road, Bangalore. And we actually, welcome on recently International Women's Day, and she could do her honors by launching a new program called Crossover, that is specially dealing with the skilling program, primarily focusing on the education related to bamboo and the climatic change, and we want to skill programs for vulnerable people, that is for related to tribal and disabled people, and then unemployed youth and rural women. So our focus will be that, and we have taken an oath that at least in a year, 100 people we would be able to skill. So that's the challenge we have taken up, and ma'am actually declared it on Women's Day. So today again we are so honored that she will join us on this Foundation Day. And one more thing. Even volunteer, I'm doing volunteer under her. And I have two passions in my life. One is to know construction, so I got my mentor architect in Manjunath ma'am. And the other thing related to accessibility, so I felt Dr. Irunati Rao was the best person, you cannot see from one eye to the other eye, so I'm just bridging between these two. So we collaborated, we could bring both of them together on the Wednesday. So ma'am, Dr. Irunati ma'am, if you can hear me, we would request you to share some words to the audience. So we are so delighted to hear you.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's connected to that.
Can you all hear me? Am I audible? At the outset, kindly accept my sincere apologies for not being there in person due to some unavoidable reasons. And today, 24th of April, seems a day that is chosen for many new happenings. So many things happening on this Sunday. So I really have not seen some spectacular work which is so committed to environment and especially in the area of construction. So it is really amazing journey which I just saw. Though I'm not connected with anything to do with buildings and architecture, all my work has been in the field of disability and in the rural areas, and more to look at livelihood. But I really see the importance and value of the organization it has engaged itself in, especially in the context of the Sustainable Development Goal, Agenda 17, which really has a focus on, in the very first goal of SDG, it talks about having a complete dimension to reduce the global poverty. And it also says that even by 2030, there will be still people who live in under extreme poverty, and it would be not less than 7%, is an area of concern for all those who are working in the development sector. Connecting the poverty into the environment and sustainable environment and the climate change, which is really need of the hour, it really looks at several areas. And as we have seen the United Nations listing out, one is on natural resource management and water related issues and issues related to biodiversity and ecosystem, and look at the circular economy and environmentally sound management of everything, including the urban waste that comes from the construction. There are many such issues that is interconnected when we talk about the Sustainable Development Goal and the climate change. So when I look at the wide diversity of activities that has been taken up, I really feel it is really overwhelming, and it has a lot of relevance to many countries because whether as a material, whether it's bamboo or any locally available material, it is the order of the day where we have to really look at it from the climate change, so that we have less and less initiatives for disaster risk reduction strategies, that we really need to look into that. So though I don't have expertise in this area, except that I'm a very passionate organic farmer, so I love getting into working with the nature and growing vegetables and fruits. But I really feel that this really has a huge potential for engaging people with disabilities, connecting with the SDG goal of one, ending with extreme poverty, because we have about 2.86 crores people with disabilities live in India, and a majority of them live in extreme poverty. So if the skill development in the area of construction can lead to reduction of poverty, that would be a very great step ahead. So I really look forward to working closely with this August organization, and looking at how we can really connect with each other to build the skills of youth with disabilities. As a National Education Policy 2020 has a special focus on skilling and skill development from the age of the 5th grade onwards, which is a very major thing. So apart from other skilling in terms of technology, the skilling in using the areas that could lead to livelihood, it will lead to housing, lead to the construction activities, and lead to bringing the climate change, that would be a very sensible way for us to look forward. I really congratulate the group for taking steps for the last 18 years. So you are a full-fledged adult. So adulthood comes with a lot of responsibility. So I know that all those who are here in the forum are senior citizens, but as far as the organization is concerned, the adulthood has reached, and I really wish a very vibrant, active adulthood, which would lead to a change in the society, and for a world we all want a better tomorrow. Thank you very much.
So amazing. So she is the eighth co-founder of Hasratullah, a newly formed waste pickers organization in Bangalore that has reached about 7,000 waste pickers in the city. And also co-founded Kashtakari Panchayat, that is KKPKP, Union of Waste Pickers in Pune in 1997. I remember even in North India, we generally don't call them as waste pickers, we call them as warriors nowadays, because they're doing a lot of things, like, completely taking over the environment. And we should be really blessed to have such people around us who's actually protecting us in the other way. Her passion is to work with the unorganized sector of labor, who constitute 90% of Indian labor. She has also worked extensively on the issue of violence against women, both in India and United States. Her main focus now is on inclusion of waste pickers in the solid waste management process of our local body. In Bangalore City, Hasratullah is working on integrating waste pickers in providing waste management services to bulk generators and managing dry waste collection centers. And some of her achievements receiving Bangalore City's Kempagoda Award 2014, shortlisted in individual category of Nama Bengaluru Award 2013, and received an award from Santa Clara County Human Relations Commissions. And she was honored by San Jose City government for her work with immigrants, Received certificate of honor from Government of California, Mr. Arnold Swart, it's very difficult. Swazard Zadigal, sorry. Star Award from Asian Community in San Francisco Bay Area. And amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much. It is great pleasure, immense pleasure actually to invite Dr. Nalini Shekhar here. So I would request, we have one more important event is going to happen. So CGBMT, honored every year on the Foundation Day. We have a prestigious award called Nature's Friend Award. So on this special occasion, we have one more interesting event. So dear audience, please put your hands together and welcome our guest of honor to this forum to receive CGBMT's Nature's Friend Award. I request Architect Neela Manjunath ma'am to take this honor. On every Foundation Day, as I told you, the CGBMT School of Simple Living is an effort taken to focus on works towards engaging the common man to work with us to build a better world. One where the lines between man and nature, that is Purusha and Prakriti, no longer exist and man once again learns to live in harmony with nature. Our committee members identified who is making a real difference in the society.
Yeah. These two master artisans who have been working with us almost 12 years. They are maybe and they're two boys, small boys. This Prakash and this Raja. They were very nice. I don't know whether the mic is working. I have long to watch already. We have to be louder, otherwise nobody listens. Yes. And little this thing, the men in the room should not feel jealous. There are more women on the than men. For a change. For a change, it's okay.
I'm really honored to be here. And when Neelamji said we want to give this honor, I was really stunned first. And then I said, yes, it's a great thing to get from somebody who is fighting in a city like Bangalore, where we have captured all the lakes, where we have captured all the land to build. There are a lot of huge people who have made lots of money in building it, builders. To stand up and say sustainable building is quite a thing. So it's also very nice to see so many women in, Bangalore. Today we explored Indumati Rao, and then of course I know Ma'am Neelamji for a year plus now. So I've been following in the simple talks all the things that she keeps sharing it. It's really amazing to stand up for a, to say that we are different from the mainstream. It's not so easy. And your journey for so many years and also inspiring so many youngsters to be volunteers, it's a big thing. You can have lots of workers who work with you. That is very different. When you go volunteer, it's very different. Even Sandhya, for example, she's been volunteering on all the policy work she does today in the city, like as if she's the commissioner of the city, right? So all of us put in so much effort so that change will happen, because this is our city, our country, and our earth. So with that, my contribution, seeing everybody's contribution here is quite small, but I wanted to share. And जो साथी राजस्थान से आए हैं, एयरपोर्ट कॉलेज से, आपका इतना अच्छा है काम, बधाई आपको भी. They have done fantastic work. Bangalore has made all these women solar, specialists. So it's very clearly says it's not your college education that can only bring in change and bring in what you want in your life. We work with waste pickers. Waste pickers, we specifically call them waste pickers. They've chosen to call themselves waste pickers. In 2010, when I came to Bangalore, there were a lot of discussion that was happening around, waste. We need sustainable waste management. We need decentralization of waste management. We want people to compost. They were talking so much, especially SWMRT, all right things, that we needed. But the thing is, who will do it? Who are the people who are doing it today? To get the recognition was a huge task that we had in our hand. And I had some experience doing it in Pune. And I said, 2010, this is my city. I've come back to my city. After 25 years, I need to do something for my city and my people. So that's how I started working with waste pickers. Waste pickers are people who go on the street, pick up what you and me throw as waste, through the labor of sorting and grading and transporting, they make it into a tradable commodity. So it's such a beautiful thing. It's also a production, no? And all these people are doing it on their own. It's not like it's their livelihood for sure, but the side effect, which we always talk negatively, but in this case, it is positive. Because their work happens on their foot mostly, or on the cycle, they have actually negative carbon footprints in their work. And when we look at economic contribution, so we just looked at calculating for 15,000 waste pickers in Bangalore, but we know that there are more than 35,000. Just for 15,000 waste pickers, they're saving the city 84 crores every year on collection and transportation itself. So there is a huge economic contribution also by the people that you see on the street and look at them and think, oh, they are poor, they're collecting waste. So as you were talking about it, in Bangalore in 2010, when I came, I would go to a lot of colleges, officers. We continuously did a lot of training. Thanks to Yellappa Reddy, we got into Lok Adalat. We started training all the officers, where the officers were really in the lower rank then. Now they've all become commissioners. So it becomes easier for us to work in different parts of the Karnataka. So when we said, what do you think about waste picker? People said, oh, they're dirty. They are picking up waste from the street and they spill the waste around and go. Those are the words that we used to hear. Today, the same question when I asked for the similar kind of group, everybody said they are environmentalists. They're doing good for us. So that is an achievement that we have got for recognition. And waste pickers themselves didn't look at their contribution. They did not know they were saving city 84 crores. They did not know that they were saving 17 trees by recycling 1 ton of paper, right? So when they understood and the city understood, we said, why can't you give them occupational identity card? Because they were always, chewed against in that area by the police, by the local citizen, by the corporation workers themselves, because they didn't know what they were doing. So we got the first identity card with the logo of the city and signature of the commissioner in 2011. That card is identical to that of what they give it for cleaner. So that kind of an inclusive thing that we wanted. And we said, Hasrudala will not hold the ID card or hold the data. It is you, the city, who needs to hold the data. You should be responsible for the citizens who are doing their work here. So everything was done by the city. We did have Yellappa Reddy, who is not here today. We are thinking of him a lot. He was in Lok Adalat then as a member, and we just showed him just behind the envelope calculation and said, they're organizing. So he called out for it, and then they said yes, they have to be given ID card, and he asked the BBMP to give. So that's how our journey started. And today, when we did it in 2010, our Commissioner Siddhaya, he was also very empathetic, but he said, no, in Pune, you got it after 10 years. Why should I give you now? I said, we should not be waiting for 10 years. We need it now because we know that they are doing it. So we got that with him. So these are the two important people in Bangalore who recognize waste pickers' work. And today we know we have done a study which shows more than 3.5 tons of just plastic traded in Bangalore because of the people that they work. Today, when I heard about skilling, I was very happy to hear because you cannot attain sustainability without taking people who work with you along. It's impossible. So you need people to work. You need even Vishwanath I saw, and he's working with the well diggers. No, nowadays well diggers are not seen at all, right? I mean, but there are so many well diggers in the city and around the city. So he came and learned how we did the identification, ID card issuing. So they started working with the well diggers. And it's very important, Neelam ji just introduced us who are the people who did this momentum. It's very important to recognize everybody in the supply chain. Whether it's a farmer who has agreed to grow, bamboo, or the karidars who are doing this work, or the construction workers who have been skilled to use bamboo, or the people who use, like us, who use the bamboo structure. Everybody in the supply chain is very important. Exactly like that with the waste management also. So when the new waste management policies come, they just forget that there are thousands of people who have been working in this field. So our constant fight has been include them, right? From 2010, we are saying, we continue to say. The bylaws of Bangalore has included them as important people to manage the driveways at the neighborhood level in the driveways collection center, but implementation of it has been done half-heartedly, not fully, so we continue to do that fight. Nationally, they have been recognized as people who really important people for recycling, and that is what we would like to do. But at the beginning is the segregation of waste that is very important. If you don't segregate waste at home, people are going to touch contaminated waste, which we don't want to do. So Bangalore has really done well in the domestic segregation space. At home, people, if any of you live in Bangalore, Paurakarmikas never take your mixed waste now. They used to take before, but now they don't take. So we have reached that level, and the same level we have to still reach at the commercial and commercial level. So once we do that, I'm sure we will be in a better and sustainable waste management system in Bangalore. For this, we really want to work with all of you, and we are also thinking of doing the skill building for waste, because we have been doing informally, as Neelam said, in the beginning you did it, and now we are also, Green Skill Council is also there now. So we want to do it. Probably that is something we can all work together. And if you are already working with the central government for the skilling certification, we would love to join with you and expand the different kinds of green skilling that we can look at. We'll be very happy to work with you. And thank you so much for this honor. And fantastic to meet so many youngsters. We have so much energy to volunteer. Thank you. Yes. Very busy. Otherwise, you were supposed to come for another timing of family. All these events, practicals also like people who need to be included. Yes, the crossover. Crossing over is like crossover from something, from here, crossover.
Thank you, Ms. It's wonderful. And regarding the waste management, I believe I can see more of the people here, coming from different sectors. So it is not just only the domestic waste. I think everybody can contribute in the construction industry also. So I believe every sector, if they can contribute something and make some difference, that can actually bring a big change to our country and also. So, and I know you all believe that collaboration is the key for this era, and we are now moving forward to a very important event once again. For this, we have here two special guests who have come from Chennai. They are Mr. C.P. Stephen, Director of the Board, and Architect Louise M. Anthony, Academic Innovator from RDS College of Architecture. We would request, actually we have a program called it's MOA signing, so memorandum of understanding. So we have an agreement here. So if we like collaborate, I think that will be able to tell you how strong it is being, the talks there, and then we would actually reach out to the foundation page in a special occasion we would like to sign today to make it very special. So I would like to brief about the RPS Chennai Patwari School of Architecture. They strive to foster diversity and encourage each other to pursue unpredictable lines of thinking with path-breaking performances and hands-on learning. The college strives to make a change in the field of architecture and education. The main goal lies in providing research, skill development, and on-ground studio projects for real-time exposure through tertiary programs and unique way of looking at the syllabus. We can generate a broader outlook and exposure for young architects to express their craftsmanship in myriad ways and not just through building design and execution. This is a very big step with respect to School of Architecture. In fact, this pandemic situation, being a lecturer, I can understand how difficult it was for the last 2 years just taking online class. Because as a designer, we need to really exchange one-to-one interaction needs to be done, whereas it was very difficult. And what RDS College of Architecture is doing better, it is like maybe 20 years before when she was thinking about this, and she could actually make it today. So it's a wonderful for her and us to College of Architecture. We welcome both of you so here. Thank you. A few words.
Louise actually has been contacting me for 2 years, I think, by now. I think I'm loud enough as it. So Louise has been contacting me, a very enthusiastic architect. In 2017, we did our first workshop in Bangalore. The winter workshop at one new workshop at my place. I think it's 35 or 40 students who came, and what enthusiastic students, I must say. I mean, girls, boys, everybody. I mean, you just couldn't find anybody sitting idle. This is one thing I've seen about artists, college, and they have a very different way of teaching also. There, the students are actually geared to that kind of ecosystem in the college, and so their thinking also has changed. I really congratulate the director and the ladies for holding the students. And what we have been talking is about an alternative way of teaching architecture, because the kind of architecture is being taught right now for class and class building and aluminum building and concrete buildings, steel buildings. We really need to get away from there. Before all these things became mainstream, mud and bamboo and local wood was the mainstream material till about 100 years ago. And suddenly we have all this concrete and all that, and everyone talking about them being very durable and good for things. I'm not saying cement and steel and all that is a bad material. Every material is good. But the way you use it, how much you use it, where you use it, all these are things which are very important. So in that way, really, we were trying to change, make a change, and also about water, as you see. We're talking about rainwater. So everyone has, we have a lot of lakes, and Bangalore is famous for layouts in lake beds and prominent layouts of prominent people, and acres and acres of them. And so what has happened in return, what nature has taught us, now you make rainwater, what is it? Not pits, rainwater, whole, sumps. And people are making lakhs of liters, including the airport and all these buildings, lakhs of liters. So nature says, you don't listen to me, so then you take it this way. If you have no water, now you discharge, now you take, rainwater, you collect and you do it. We can't fight nature, so we have to go with nature. And architecture is a field where architects actually working, I think this is sounding very, but we do set up cultural stage sets where the whole life unfolds, buildings, things, city spaces. They have to be really, how the people behave in the new era and things like that. We have to incorporate that and better on that. So our responsibility is a very high degree. So the creativity has to be responsible, and the responsibility has to be there with creativity. So it's both. So responsibility, creativity, and creative responsibility. That's how we are supposed to actually, the character of the building has to be done. And that doesn't include only the players, it also includes all the systems, things like that. And DVS and director and their college, they have been trying to incorporate that in a different way. And then they had contacting me to get our consultant for this. One is that campus they are setting up for different kind of way they want to teach architecture. And also, I'm very happy to say that they have told that all the courses that we are developing here will be taught in from their campus as a part of the architecture curriculum. That's a great step. So we are here tonight, and we signed the MOU, and we are looking forward to moving it forward. So I request Stephen and also for the release to us.
Good morning. Good morning, people on the rise and all the prestigious speakers here. Reason why I say prestigious speakers here is because you all are very responsible people. I've seen a lot of because generally it is like I'm also audible. And so it's like everybody over here, like we all say that we are all with job or jobless. But the people over here, what I am seeing here is, it's not about jobs, what we do, it's about the responsibility we take. So each and every single people over here, one person talks about sustainability, the other person talks about waste management. So it's like I was talking about nature. So we have taken everything from nature. Now it's time for us to give it back to nature. So when I see all like-minded people like you all here, I'm sure that this is only a small bunch of people who are here. There are various other people across the nation who wanted to do this. So let's all build up the nation stronger, and I'm sure that these things will happen. I'm Stephen here. I'm the director of RVS Chennai School of Architecture. So as ma'am said, we are called the TASA. TASA means the Alternative School of Architecture. So we don't restrict the students to do their education only based on their syllabus. We also wanted the students to go elsewhere. And it's like we make sure that they travel and learn a lot of things, meet a lot of people, be with a lot of people from different kind of fields. Like it's not that my students will work with only architects or civil engineers or designers or something. We make them work under live projects, and they work with plumbers, carpenters, electricians. Because when an architect knows the brain of an electrician, carpenter, plumber, masons, only then they will realize what the real problem is. So this is what we have started doing since 2016, and first assignment with them was in the year 2017. It's like I forgot who spoke. One of you said that there are more number of ladies. I'm happy and proud to say that my college has got 65% of ladies in the system and 35% of the men, including enrolling my students. So it is like my student strength is 200 every year and of bachelors and 20 for masters. It is like 65% of my students are girls and the remaining 25 are only boys. My faculty ratio is also like that. I don't know whether it is automatically happening or, but we all feel proud. My NASA USEC is a girl, my UD is a girl, my principal is a lady principal. So we all feel proud and honored to make sure that you all sit here and we all enjoy you sitting. So that's always there. And one more thing, like I saw posted here, a poster here celebrating the Women's Day, March 8th. I remember the Women's Day. I am sure most of the men over here will not know when is the Men's Day. Anybody knows? I've not seen any poster. Even for my college, we have multiple posters on Women's Day, but never on a Men's Day. Nobody treats it. Only I see a complimentary poster with Mala. That's a famous thing in Tamil Nadu. Happy International Men's Day. It will be like that. So, okay, so the general things apart. And I'm happy to see the 18th foundation day. That's not a joke because it's like NAM started and a lot of people joined and 18 years of hard work and responsibility is what makes the society better always. So this 18 years should carry on and this legacy should carry on. I wish you all the best and thank you for collaborating with us. It's since 2017 we are in touch with Neelam ma'am and last time also during the December, I think December we came here and we met to see our office and what other things can be done. We are setting up a campus. We wanted to set up a campus inside our campus, sustainable campus which we want to build, just like the Sekwa village. I'm not an architect here. I'm part of the management. So it's like I am always fond of the movie 3 days. So when a mechanical engineer can sit up a village, why not? So that is what I asked my team of architects. So they said, if you give me that, then we can try. So immediately I said, we can start trying, and we have started a movement called Vidai, which is agriculture for architecture students. So my students are learning agriculture, and now we wanted to explore the different forms of architecture, like they want to build and every single part of architecture has to be explored inside the campus, and it should showcase all the people all over India. Whenever they visit Chennai, just like a Darshit Sudra, maybe this does not happen now, maybe in future, after 5 or 6 years, maybe like a Darshit Sudra, if a student is going to visit to Chennai, they should make it a point that, okay, there's an architecture village there at the campus, so let's go visit, and multiple number of architects have done certain projects there, so let's go see along with the students. So that is how we wanted to do things. And I saw the program, the 7 programs which CGBMT, okay, wanted to develop. So the course developer is from Chennai, I guess. So, okay. So, okay. So I think, as Nam said, we will definitely set up a base there in Chennai also, so that people in South India can probably use, and the other states can also as well use it. So thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your thoughts and your experiences that you brought here, and same as well to the audience as well. So we have come to the next event. As I was saying that it's been 18 years and we've been with so many other people, so we have a strong foundation too. There is like 22 advisory committee members. So to represent one of the advisory committee members, we have Architect K.P. Anand here. So I would request him to please, accept our monitor from CGBMT, and also, sir, there is one more thing which we launching of MAP's, the latest Yes. So first of all,
My husband Manjunath for me, who has been in tax. Anand has been more like a family friend, so has been with us for several years, and all the activities part of the executive committee as well. Very active with me and Dr. Singh from SK Bhopal, and we have Sangeeta Agasti. She is the regional director in BART, National Network of Manual Ratan. Dr. Shobha, she could not make it because she is also part of a cohort program with the Nudge Foundation. She's working with the government of Karnataka. So she has, today happens to be also the Panchayat Raj Day. And we had Earth Day 2 days back. So there are too many activities happening everywhere. And so because of that, she also could not attend. So we have only one advisory committee members attending today.
we were privileged to bring forward this architect and He's a senior architect with a strong lineage to project management and development consulting. Having graduated from Government College of Architecture, Lucknow, he went on to lead several large design and project teams developing hotels, residential, commercial, IT parks, mixed-use developments, and infrastructure projects in India, US, and Middle East. He has also overseen several businesses and held peer responsibility for RE and EPC businesses. Currently, he is the professor, design chair at CAT Trivandrum and mentors a design studio at Trivandrum, designing 2 cities in West Africa. Architect Anand is a fellow of the Indian Institute of Architects, member of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, UK, and of advisory board of Center for Green Building Materials and Technology. Small event.
It's always a pleasure. Neelam is my classmates. We studied architecture together. Back during the school days itself, we had seen a different Neelam. A drive to reach nature, probably put nature first in all the designs. So although we were always knew that she had that drive, we did not know that she had a passion towards building up towards sustainability. Sustainability was not a buzzword at that point of time. We probably picked up later. Subsequently, we saw a crusader in her building up and picking up theories and components of sustainability in terms of element, and probably picked up bamboo as one of the material, other than other materials too. But bamboo was not perceived at all as a construction material, even in those times of the main part of the, it was always picked up as a temporary medium. Today, if you see, it's still yet to see a general main line of construction, but I guess we all want gazebos made in bamboo and spend an overnight time in a bamboo hut to get an experience of sustainability or the fashion component. But I guess today we are, as we celebrate our efforts, having come beyond 18 years, but as a NGO it is 18, we can still see that bamboo has entered into our lives, being accepted as a construction material slowly. And some of us are respecting that material. And at the same time, she's making an arduous effort to develop skilled craftsmen and builders to make sure that we get it as the days happen. Let's hope this will go on, and we are all there for her. make sure that it just happens. And I'm sure all of you, as we build them, are going to be probably the game changers for tomorrow. Thank you.
I believe not everyone will get this opportunity, where the classmate is next to you and then raising about your life. Thank you so much, sir. That was wonderful. That shows how, what friendship you do have. And working together, again, it's a very nice thing to see. We will request now, Architect Anand sir, to please for CGBMT to pre-launch Build with Bamboo. It's a beautiful book about skilling again, volume 1 and 2.
The book is under editing, so it is not ready.
It's a pre-launch. The author of the book, none other than Architect Ma'am, who is an architect and sustainability consultant. The book will introduce the inquisitive minds to the world of construction with bamboo, gently and guide them through the full construction process stepwise. The book also delves into the basic myths, problems, and issues concerning the use of bamboo in the building sector, along with guidance to tackle the issues. This will encourage the young minds to come up with further research questions from various technical streams of building sciences, thereby addressing socially relevant research on bamboo. The book is a combination of R&D, knowledge, and experiences from bamboo sector, from the author and other professionals to make it a go-to guide which informs and persuades the readers to use bamboo in their day-to-day buildings. The book will be in 2 volumes of approximately 170 to 180 pages each. The first book will deal with the context, species, harvesting, processing, treatment, and joinery. The second book will deal with the complete construction process from foundation to the roof for various types of buildings globally. The proceeds of the scale of the book will go CGBMT School of Simple Living for promoting sustainability at the grassroots level to benefit communities at the bottom of the pyramid.
I would like to call Sagar here.
Yeah.
Sagar,
He is our senior volunteer once again, but
he volunteered.
then he
Then he worked with me, and then again he's volunteering after me. And yeah. He has been working on this book. One more girl was there, Soumya. She is not here today. And we have some other volunteers. I think we have Mehndi also here. He also worked some time on the book. And but he has been the longest proponent. I would like to hear words, what is your thoughts?
So I started volunteering in CGBMT in the pandemic. That's when I got involved with math for 2 months. And then I joined as an architect here. It's been an amazing journey. And like the plan, I was exposed to bamboo components. Working on this book has been a huge learning curve for me in terms of research and all the articles that we have research. It's been a great exposure from thank you for the opportunity. And I look forward to the report.
Dr. Nikki, Professor and Professor Sandeep and Dr. Jagdish, they all three have been working on this book with me along, guiding framework and things like that for the last 2 years. So this book has been taking place. And they agree with architecture life.
While most of the things have already been spoken by everybody about the book, I need to add a few lines in that. This book is not any other copy book on bamboo or a book that contains a lot of pictures or a lot of projects that has been done somewhere by somebody and angled pictures being taken and published. This book has been divided primarily into two parts. The first book is intended to create enough interest and understand the book as a material, the bamboo as a material. Open for general public, open for any students of architecture, students of engineering, or students who are interested in bamboo per se. One of the important things that you should realize that this book is a compilation of work and projects that has been done in-house. More so, putting up the details of how has been treated on an assessment, on the research and experiments that has been happened, and the right things have been conducted, and the proof of the pudding is visible. So those pictures and those diagrams will enable a newcomer or a person with little interest to gain enough interest to build it up with bamboo. And the three of us have been participating along with Neelam's all our efforts to make sure that it gives an academic turn in the right form. Thank you.
When we talk about bamboo, there is this social stigma even in the society. They don't, really accept that it is possible in bamboo. So they keep asking for questions, and it is a very big issue. Why? Because we don't see much bamboo structures even around, and people are not ready to take it because even now in the the BSA also it was not now but before used to say that kacha houses, pakka houses, there's a differentiation and then it was not considered. But now there is a change. It is being considered bamboo as a construction material and the proof we have where we can actually show the structural stability and those things. So a lot of effort was put in bamboo. We used to say we share with that almost 30 years kind of research work has been done and we've been struggling to get that to be done. It is not that you construct with locally available materials, it's a kacha house. But until unless it is safe, healthy for the people who is living inside, I think we should consider that as the beautiful house. Okay, so now we'll move on to respect our Mother Earth. As we know that 22nd was Earth Day. So I would request everyone to take over from here and we are going to just in session after this. Thank you. Thank you, Arana.
Mother Earth is exactly that, a mother to all of us. For she nurtures our beings and protects the part in our bodies. Therefore, we are her daughters, which make the sister of the soil. And it is in our nature, our duty, to protect and honor ourselves, one another, and our precious Mother Earth. We celebrated this Earth Day with 5-day workshop of team, designing with participants. During lockdowns, our brains were rewired and realizations were made of the basic and secondary needs of life. Post-COVID era is all about living our 5 basic needs: shelter, food, fresh water, fresh air, and energy in the utmost simplicity. CGBMT was back with a signature workshop after a gap of 2 years. And we started with a workshop on the mantra to live a happy, healthy, and fulfilling life post-COVID, the new normal of simple living. The 5-day workshop aimed at learning to combine 5 elements of nature in the building and develop a healthy life. With best change makers, we carefully curated systematic workshops on basic life hacks and interesting activities like building with mud and bamboo, grow water, grow your energy, grow your food, best out of waste, make your utility products, get your experiences, incubate your enterprise, get ready for any disaster. Now, I would like to request Akhil Nilamandana to felicitate our group courses, the token of appreciation for students.
would request resource person, architect Sanjeev Joshi, founder of Urban Sketches, to please come forward and accept that document. The sketches are mind blowing, and you can see the exhibition outside. All the workshop outcomes from each and every workshop has been displayed for everyone to look into it. So this was the first workshop, bamboo mud construction. This is a glimpse of all the kind of workshop we did for all 5 days, covering all 5 elements: earth, space, air, water, and fire. She is Dr. Vandana Krishnamurthy from Other Knowledge. And Mr. Devashish and Solar Mamas, Sangeeta and Kamraji is here. They explain about the making of the lanterns and the torch lights using solar panels. And we had Dr. Shiva Ma'am, who is explaining about the rainwater harvesting. These are the sketches of architect Sanjeev Joshi. He is like a legend. He can create more number of sketches within a minute, and we were just loving. And we have Mr. Rajeev sir from Kerala. He is an artist, and he makes a lot of products, utility products using bamboo or any other material. Minimalistic architect, we will say, because the kind of design he does is really magic. So next, request Mr. Yogesh India. This workshop is going to happen in the afternoon. This is about the startup and the incubation and startup and incubation enterprises. Outside will go. So I'll move up to Architect Rajeev sir, who is the founder of Film Craft. So please come forward and accept our question. He's a musician too. He could play a beautiful music with his flute, which has a history actually connected to it. Yeah, I would request Mr. Yogesh Shinde from India. And again, sir, I'm fan of you. Thank you so much for coming all the way. He is a successful startup. To start a business, and he's actually being an example for most of us, like and we request Mr. Gulbiyar, who is the team members.
Gulbiyar has been a resource person from 1999 with us. It's not one day collaboration, long time. I get all the awards. He's the person silently. So, some of my bamboo links probably would have been there, not for him. Solar Mamas, Kamlaji, Anita Jai. I'm so happy to College International. We have you also come. And Mr. Tejas is assisting them. He's a good speaker, I should say, the kind of the way he explains. They are solar engineers. They don't know they're not literate, but they are solar engineers, and that thing goes the whole credit goes to the organization. present them. So my child started with Mr. Bansal Roy almost more than 5 decades ago, and she has been teaching for 33 years. 33 साल से सिखा रही हूँ, मैं हिंदी में बोलूँगी ताकि उनको समझ में आए। 33 साल से वो लोगों के घरों में बत्तियाँ जला रही हैं फ्रॉम सोलर, और वो सिखाती हैं। वो उनको बहुत मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुझे खुशी है कि ऐसे लोगों को हम लोग आगे लेके आ पा रहे हैं। और मतलब हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इनको तो आगे लेके बहुत पहले लोग आ गए, 50 साल से हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं। हमारा ऐसा है कि हम लोग इनके साथ साउथ इंडिया में थोड़ा सा बिजनेस कम है और आप लोगों की मदद चाहिए होगी, इसलिए हमने इनको बुलाया कि हम यहाँ भी आगे शुरू कर सकते हैं। Recognition of prior learning. So हमारे हम लोग जब पढ़ते हैं कॉलेज में, बच्चे भी यहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं, यहाँ पे तुम्हें सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है। ये बच्चे भी हम इनके बारे में कहना चाहेंगे, ये लोग परिक्रमा फाउंडेशन से आएंगे, they are strict children, and but you can't find any difference between what any other they are doing. Excellent children, मैं 2014 से इनके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ में काम कर रही हूँ, और कल्पना जी आज ऐसा नहीं आई हैं। मैम है इसका no problem, you yourselves are change makers and they are so good, they are so enthusiastic। तो यहाँ पे ऐसे आए हैं, तो हमारे जैसे वो कमला जी के बारे में मैं कहना चाह रही थी, यहाँ पे गोपाल है, आनंदी है, हम लोग को सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है। कितने साल पीएचडी किया था, 3 साल से 5 साल में हमको एक पीएचडी का डॉक्टर का सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है। इन लोग कितने जनरेशन से अपना काम कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो बैंबू का हो चाहे किसी का हो, तो उनको क्या सर्टिफिकेट दिया जाता है? तो उनकी लर्निंग नहीं है, और ऐसा सोच के हम लोग सोचते हैं कि वो अनपढ़ हैं। दैट इज वेयर आवर एजुकेशन सिस्टम हैज लैक्ड एंड दैट नीड्स टू बी टेकन केयर। तो हमारा जो स्किलिंग का प्रोग्राम जो हम करने की कोशिश करते हैं, वो भी रिसोर्स पर्सन है हमारे, कमला जी रिसोर्स पर्सन है, वो सिखा रही हैं, मतलब दे इक्वल टू प्रोफेसर्स। तो उसमें मुझे कोई ज़्यादा तो वो भी तो सिखाते हैं जैसे वो सिखा रहे हैं। तो ये रिकॉग्निशन ऑफ प्रायर लर्निंग जो हमारे स्किलिंग में सबसे बड़ा ड्रॉबैक है, दैट नीड्स टू बी टेकन फॉरवर्ड। तो उसमें हमको प्लम्बर्स हैं, इलेक्ट्रिशियंस हैं, ये इंडस्ट्रियल आई थिंक एज कि हम लोग जब तक कोई इलेक्ट्रिशियन का पेन नहीं समझेंगे, हम आगे की तरह डिजाइन कैसे करेंगे? तो हमारा जो लर्निंग है सर्टिफिकेट वो अधूरा है अगर हम उन लोगों से नहीं सीखे। और मेरे ऑफिस में और CGBMT में लोग ज़्यादा इसलिए भी आते हैं, आनंदी गोपाल जैसे लोग यहाँ पे काम करते हैं, क्योंकि उनसे हैंड्स ऑन लर्निंग मैं जितना सिखाती हूँ उनके साथ जब वो काम करते हैं तब वो आगे बढ़ते हैं। हमारे आपके कर्नाटक बैंगलोर के आपको अगर पता है डॉक्टर मुदैया, शांतामणि मुदैया बहुत बड़ी आर्टिस्ट हैं, वो वुड चारकोल पे काम करती थी, और उनको पेरिस में इकोल आर्ट स्कूल में उनको एक प्रोजेक्ट मिला कि बैम्बू पे काम करने के, बैम्बू के ऊपर काम करने के लिए, क्या कहते हैं, वर्कशॉप करने के लिए वो आई, और गोपाल आनंदी के साथ में 2.5 महीना बैठ के उन्होंने सीखा चुपचाप। मुझे पता भी नहीं चलता था कि वो कब आई कब गई, आती थी और साइलेंटली उनके साथ काम करती थी। उसके बाद वो जाकर के पेरिस में उन्होंने वो वर्कशॉप किया, और उसके बाद से उन्होंने वुड चारकोल छोड़ के बैम्बू चारकोल से काम करना शुरू किया। That was the kind of change in such an established personality. And we are looking for this kind of a change, and people like them are responsible. So many rural areas are responsible. और इनको हम definitely we should celebrate them जैसे इनफैक्ट नरेंद्र जी, इसलिए मैं नरेंद्र जी का भी हमारा बहुत ये हुआ कि प्रैक्टिकल्स तो हम लोग कचरे वाले के बारे में सुबह में कोई सोचता तक नहीं है, but bringing them in the system inclusively. Same thing in Indumati Rao. How do we inclusively social development करें? उसी में ये सारा जो हम लोग सिस्टम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और इवन हमारे संध्या जी जो हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट ये सब, जो कि बिल्कुल कचरा वाला काम समझा जाता है, जो कि छोटा काम समझा जाता है, जिसके ऊपर कोई सर्टिफिकेट नहीं मिलता, उसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे तभी आई थिंक आवर सोसाइटी विल रियली बिकम मोर हेल्दी एंड वेल्दी। और इसके साथ में मैं गोपाल आनंद जी को बुलाना चाहूंगी यहाँ पे, आइए। गोपाल जी है वो हमारे भाई के ससुराल के पास से, सुल्तानगंज बिहार से, अनिलाल झारखंड से है। ये मेरे हस्बैंड के नोटिफिकेशन पे इस कॉलेज के थ्रू आए थे। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। फ्रांस जाकर के मैं गुरदयाल ये दोनों 4 लोग हम लोग फ्रांस में गए थे, फुल हाउस फ्रांस 2014। हमने वर्कशॉप किया 33 students from 10 nationalities and Ecole Art School and Hyperworks Basel and Switzerland and Media School of Germany. The 3 schools together, we did a workshop of 5 days there, and we had all these people who trained all those people there. And then one of the things somebody tried to say that हम लोगों को काम करने की आदत, but the director there, we are the people को हमें काम करने की आदत नहीं है, but हम फिर भी इनके साथ हम काम करते हैं. So this is how we learn. So afterwards, all the students were ready, because I'm really sorry to public platform, brown and white skin का थोड़ा सा problem हो जाता है लोगों को, and they think that artisans हैं तो kind of respect. So even for the rooms, I said no, I want the same rooms given to us to give it to them. But they were there with us. बहुत लंबा रास्ता है लोगों के साथ 12 years जो से ऐसी सोच हम बिहार के रहने वाले हैं, गाँव में भी छोटा मोटा करते हैं, जबसे बेंगलोर आना है, बेंगलोर में हमारा 13-14 साल हो गए, तो डिजाइन के साथ ही मीडिया के साथ ही खूब अच्छे से काम किया और मन भी लगा है। उसके से आप लोग के साथ में जैसे जैसे इंजीनियर आते हैं, उनके हिसाब से अलग अलग दिमाग आते हैं, अलग अलग ढंग से काम करते हैं और काम सीखने का भी होता है। और मैडम के साथ में बहुत जगह घूरे, बहुत जगह काम सिखाया और काम अभी भी हो रहा है।
मैं आनंद लाल मालंदी बिहार के रहने वाले हैं, साथ तो ऐसे गांव में हम छोटा छोटा काम करते थे, गवर्नमेंट रखते थे, कुछ कुछ करते थे, कचरा जैसा काम हो जाता था। संजोग से सर मिले, सर से संपर्क हुआ, सर हमको लेकर आएगा, तो यहाँ आने के बाद काम मैडम के साथ काम किया, तो हम मैडम के साथ करते करते तो कचरा आपको यहाँ बनाते बनाते सोना जैसा दिख रहा है आपको। करते करते हमको बुझाया कि भगवान है कि हमको समझ में
वो टेक्निक हम लोग सिखा रहे हैं, उससे अपना घर उन्होंने बनाया गाँव में, जिला में, और पूरे जिला से लोग आते हैं इसको देखने।
There are other research persons who didn't join today. There are Dr. Shiva Ramachandran from Bioenvironmental Trust, and Mr. Balakrishnan Murthy from Kumari, and Mr. Suran Sampur. He gave training for disaster management, is a professional disaster management. So, a very thankful to all the resource persons who accepted our invite and conducted the workshop. So, students who would like to share anything? Yeah. Most of them have been hearing classes. So, how was your experience in this 5-day workshop? Getting a hands-on experience, what kind of difference? Can you come? Anyone representative who would like to call you to the stage? You can share your experience. Very good. Give us a big hand.
My name is Gabriel. I came with my friends here and I learned more things in what all outside the world, and I learned about bamboos and solar and many things. I am so excited to learn these things. So thank you for inviting us for in this program. And
Let us take us to the next meeting.
So next we take you honoring a very important part of our group, that is our volunteers. Volunteers, over the journey, many volunteers have joined CGBMT and they will contribute a bit of their own. I would like to name some. Architect Sagar, Architect Karna, Architect Somnath, Architect Sonali. So we have many kind of volunteers who have joined us in this journey, and I would request Neelam ma'am to felicitate them. So one by one I will pause first. Architect Karni, can we have you?
We are from working from Chennai. It's been a very enriching journey. We've been trying to put out some good work in online courseware, and we wish to do better, more relevant. From Chennai, we also have been working for a long time for us.
Architect Sagar.
Is going to join for resilient structures, masters in resilient structures. I'm really happy because we were trying to work on disaster management, and he got his admission in that college. I'm proud to say that I did that.
I've been working with CGBMT has opened a lot of doors for me. Anywhere I go, I tell them I've done this kind of work. They really know how kind of work. Really thankful that opportunity that they give.
Let me have one who's from Delhi and women manufacturer. Please join us for the event and I'm sure you will help with all the work.
You have to see more actually about him. Yeah. I think I will be the right person, the event manager.
It was one of the last moment and quickly he organized everything. The 5-day workshop and here he made us to work around him, but we were able to work and we were able to put this all together today. So I really thank you. Yesterday, but he left that and because he had already committed to this cause, so he is here and he did not go back.
This is a lifesaver, I should say. When Garima brought you, we were like, relax, oh my God, yes, we got our opportunity also to take care of this hero. Thank you so much.
We have architect Arnav.
Master Grace. Yeah, I'm so glad.
I'm loud enough. I'm this way. He's also an architect and he is actually apprenticing with us at our site in Galbal. And the work was stopped for some time, so he's here with us and we are again really been contributing a lot. He's going to be with us for pretty long. So, thank you. Thank you. And he comes all the way from Sydney.
Architect Sona.
Somebody is also an architect and he's from Durgapur. He and Arnav are from the same college. And the moment we put out for Jalbag that we only provide you accommodation and on the site, they have signed up till the building finishes, we'll work with you. And that's how they are here. And I really appreciate the commitment. Sumar has been doing all the progress that we have around. Other days, I think today is tired of it. Like I was the assistant professor at PDS University here, and she left her job right now. But even while she was there, she has been students as a volunteer since she has been volunteering. Our disaster management squad project that we are planning to do, where we want to develop a squad from all across the country with volunteers who will be learning about disaster management. And we know that we are going to be in one or the other disaster, thanks to COVID, thanks to something, heat wave, then cold wave, flood, something or the other will happen. So we are looking at, and we have the students Sampath, our resource person, who is also going to help us. One more person is Seeds India, Manu Gupta from Delhi. He started our journey, I think Gurjal will remember, in 2004-5, our first workshop on disaster management with bamboo. When the 2004 famous tsunami had happened in December 26th. And we did a project together, and from them we have been in touch. So we are trying to develop these programs and plug in with them for our disaster management squad for them to get opportunities. That's what we are looking at. Sudhan Sampath is one guy I think who has been worked a lot of work COVID times from civil defense, and he's also a retired, so a lot of or faculty for a very long time. So Radhika will be working with him. We are trying to develop that and start a part of particular course we are looking at doing in this work. Thank you, Radhika, so much. She's also a program manager. So managing the programs of CGBMT last 1.5 months, I think, I don't know whether it's step. She's really been bothering her a lot. So all this Garima and
I think you are the driving force for us. We're learning so much. We need our guru actually. And we are very rare to get.
Maybe we get angry. Thank you so much.
So next is myself.
Garima. She's also an architect, and she wrote a lovely letter to Mother Earth. We generally do have a way of volunteering when people want to volunteer. We ask them to write a letter to love letter to Mother Earth. And based on that, when they write, and all those poems we are compiling, hoping to compile them into a publication someday. And so, Garima has been working more than 9 months, 10 months from Dehradun. We are looking forward to doing a note there, and she is our volunteer of managing all the volunteers. So, thank you for being here.
I would like to add one more point here, ma'am. So, Himanshu and Garima, they are here like almost 50 days before prior to the event. They came all the way from Dehradun and Delhi, and spectacularly they were working like day and night. And it was really, I'm really happy to see such kind of energy level you both have.
Thank you so much.
So I think it's like God's blessing. I believe you both came at the right time. And in fact, I and Garima also shares, something very unique because when I was in Dehradun, I keep moving every 2 months. My husband is in the army office, I keep moving all the places. They say, no, the world is very small. So we both actually applied for volunteering at the same time. After seeing her email ID, I was wondering, is this the same Garima whom I know? And then luckily when I speak to her before even the attending the orientation program, Garima said, yes, it's me. Yeah, it's me. And our partnership really worked very well done. The kind of support she gives. She was in Dehradun, I was in Delhi, then Bangalore. So it was like, even though we are in different places, the kind of communication we do is really amazing. I think it is a magic because of our, ma'am. The kind of, the support and the guidance, it is very important. The leader should be very clear in her mind. What ये करना है, नहीं करना है, कैसे करना है, but she gives a very clear instruction. So I think that made us to work. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so there have been some mistakes and glitches in the morning before we started the program. They are children, they are learning how to conduct programs for NGOs and all that. We are not professionals in conducting programs, and so I will request you to excuse us for any problems that we have. And before we go to the next vote of thanks, I would request Dr. Raghav to speak up to the same way with the policy. Dr. Raghav, would you like to speak? He has been also following me for a very long time. We are supposed to. He's from Nitya Meenakshi, College of Civil Engineering and Department of Engineering. And we are in the process of going with them to do some work. I would like to about it.
Namaste, good afternoon, everyone. I was in Chennai, CSIR, for 2 years. A laboratory called the Structural Engineering Research Center. I'm a civil engineer by education, but I was working in the CSIR laboratory completely different area called building and structure level. And of retirement, spending 4 years there, I returned to Bangalore, my hometown. And I am now here in Kerala. I just joined the institute nearby, Technology in Kerala for the last 3 years. But coming to bamboo, somehow I came across architect Neelam Manjunath because my principal had received a letter and he asked me to go and attend a meeting in CGBMT. It's an earlier, somehow, those letters whom they were marked, they were not attending. Somehow, I felt I could get involved in basic civil activity. So I am basically a civil engineer, but I was completely in a different area because of operations. And that is how I got involved. And I have been keenly observing the activities of CGBMT and also Bamboo Public Activity. Architect Neelam Manjunath is getting involved. During the COVID last 2 years, especially, so many online programs. I made it a point that I attend as many as I can, and I really got educated, exposed. To be honest, I didn't know that all these things could be done out of them. And it was a learning experience, and also to just observe her silently, the amazing personality, how much she is doing silently, and how she coordinates with various personalities, not only in the country and globally, and conducts various. But of course, this COVID was in a way blessing in terms of the online programs we had, webinars, wherein even here you could see so many personalities they showed during the presentation. We could listen to all of them sitting here in Bangalore. Like, thank you for the initiative. And I just wish that I get involved more and more in these activities, including the sustainability. And also, I am very happy to listen to you people. And yes, now the pressure of the regular work is not there on me, and therefore I can learn and relate to things which give satisfaction. And I would love to get involved in the activities of all of you. And I am very happy and feel like to be here with you all. Thank you. And my best wishes to see you.
Yeah. Want to share?
Good afternoon, all. Architect Neelam Manjunath has been inviting me for a program for quite a long time. I'm a retired banker actually, more involved in cash flow management and various financial interests in that area, like handling derivatives and all that. I am more interested in permaculture, and that is one way which I got interested in the various work which Dr. Architect Neelam Manjunath is doing. So she had called me for quite a few programs, but I was unable to attend. So finally, for this foundation day, she was very restricted that I should. So I came along, and it was very interesting, and met quite a few people in this area. Of course, like Mrs. Vani Mukti and some others, this salt-based management also I've been acquainted with quite some time, being in the permaculture field. Also, certain programs they are being held in organic farming area was being held. I also have a organic small organic farm intended to for the rooftop garden I have, which is fully involved in this area. And I also am proposing to start a small organic farm also, where I'll be showcasing various aspects of sustainability also, because the way forward is only through the ways, like not in large scale industry, but through small scale industry and local activity, even in agriculture. So I'm very happy that I have come and listened to a lot of people who are involved in this activity. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very good afternoon to all. It's a great honor to be here, part of this foundation. Definitely splendid work. It's a big inspiration. And we as an institution believe that it's our responsibility to create better citizens rather than just people who are going into the market to get jobs. And I really have to thank Neela ma'am for accepting the invitation and signing an MOU with us. There's so much to learn from each other. I think age is never a barrier that is proven here with such young kids working on solar and trying new things. I think we all can learn more, and I believe that this 18th Foundation Day will go on to be much more bigger. And like you have mentioned, I've spoken to ma'am about so many ideas, there have been so many things to discuss. And we are looking forward very eagerly to bring these things to light at the earliest. And students are the next generation. They are the ones who need to be thinking more rigorously as professionals. It's our duty to shape the students. And we believe we can do a good job as an institution and bring more experts to the future. And this workshop looks very nice. We actually wanted to be part of the workshop, but our semester is quite strong this time by our university, so we're not able to be part of the workshop. We're looking forward to more collaborations and more works. And, a big round of applause for all the people who are part of this day today. And
I think there was, even there was, I think there was
Now, I would request Mr. Harsh Manjunath to receive a small token of thanks. Mr. Harsh Manjunath is a trustee member of CGBMT.
I would like to just say a few words. My husband is also here. I've been doing all this because they have been here.
Okay, so the mic's not working, so I'm going to be loud. I have seen this organization grow from the day its foundation was laid by my mother. I have seen her brave the bureaucracy better than any bureaucrat has. I have seen her come to this stage. It hasn't been easy for any of us, but she made our life, memorable. She made sure I had a childhood while she was focusing on her career as well. She's given me and my sister a great education. My sister's not here. She's flying down tonight. And I don't know any woman that could have accomplished what she has done and the obstacles she has faced. And I have all the respect for this woman, who's my mom.
My daughter runs another organization in Melbourne, but it's not a compliment. In 2 years, she has been doing work for street harassment and catcalling. In there, where she tries to not criminalize street harassment and catcalling, but more education how to actually overcome. So, after doing her graduation and masters, she turned towards the social sector. This one problem that is there is very normalized in my life. So, it's not here to be. She's not a trustee of CGBMT. Can we have all the children who have come all the way and
Yes.
Want to take us? You are motivating new people. Leaders who are sitting there, take this information, okay? And leaders, do what? You should lead the team. You should go there and have clear ideas, right? Therefore, decision maker. You start in the line in last time. And you have a man to give you the line. Say your name louder. You are the first person who comes forward and talk about your organization, right? That's the first. Sean William. I hope this is going to read your memories, right? What's your name? Monish. Trisha. Thank you so much. Smita. Thank you so much. Bhagirathi. Thank you so much. One more time. Yeah. Sushmita. Yeah. Yeah, your name? Sakshi. No. 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 One more girl is absent. On behalf of Amru, I would request somebody to take it for her. She told me that she can't come today. Please handle it. Ask her. Okay, from Parikrama, you got something for us? The DD card? Okay. Okay. Hi. We'll jump today also. Huh? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have Master staff who have been working alongside. All are there. Yeah. Sonali.
but they do not know that they can become. Because as experience we have made, I keep telling them, keep listening to me, and I treat them more like students rather than staff in the office. So I keep telling them we have made more mistakes. That is one small experience, and that you should learn. So when I say that don't do it, don't do it. It's not that we are trying to be bad or something like that. Just understand that you have gone through more pain, and we don't want you to go through that pain. So in future, that's how you should do it. So, okay. Thank you all.
I forgot. Can we all have one big round of applause for Anjana, please?
They have been applauding since morning. Because CGBMT for that. Actually, the whole idea is that I don't know how. I mean, COVID has taught us when कब बुलावा आ जाए किसी पता नहीं. So I'm trying to work in a way that I turn this into an organization which runs without me, and that is the idea from where we started, because the work which is and you and your sister are trustees, so you also have some burden to take forward. But yes, I have all my children here, all these interns and all these volunteers, they all my children. And this thing has to be taken forward, and all my mistake did not put their advisory committee members on the screen. But Yalapari is the chairman of my advisory committee. I must say how much he teaches me and how much I have learned from him. He is into so many committees. But still he has time. Every time I call him, he will say, immediately. I was introduced to Sandhya Ji and Nalini Ji through him. And there is another person, this advocate Saldana, Saldana. You call him, Vandana Vaidya number चाहिए, तुरंत. You want Vandana Shiva's number, तुरंत. 1 minute I'll be having there. All these people have been really helping out, take it forward. So, with all your help and everybody's help, I have to turn this into an organization, whether I'm there tomorrow or not. Good work is possible. It's a tough task, but I think with everyone around and all the young change makers, Radhika and all these people that we have here, I'm sure this will be possible. Yes. So,
so much for each one of you who have been visiting us very patiently. And without you people, this function would not be very successful. And as Matt was mentioning, there are so many young minds out here who've been working day and night. And thanks to though they belong to Mansaram Architects, we are not like CGBMT or different teams. We work together and we've been very supportive. So it's really a real blessing, I should say, the kind of team we are working together. So congratulate each one of you and all the very best for your future endeavor. And thanks for all the valuable thoughts and mindful shared here with you guys. So I'm really thankful to each one of you who can take some time and come all the way to attend this function. Though the session has come to its end, but it's just a beginning. There are so many budding people who can take this forward. So here we come, like to thank each one of you, all the guests, chief guest, guest of honor, resource person, and the participants from Parampara School and each one of you here. Thank you so much. And we would request everyone to just have a look on this exhibition which we have set up. And this is the output of all the 5-day workshop. And it seems like, a lot of effort is and all the volunteers and everybody participants. And we really appreciate if you can look into it and give your feedback to us. And we have a lunch prepared after this. So let's take a break and then we'll just bond together. It is not just a break. We will actually tell each other, share our point of views and exchange. Thank you so much. A big applause for
so the break is a full break.
So we have afternoon one more workshop with Mr. Yogesh Shinde sir. So all the participants, I would request after lunch, please stay back and attend the session. Then the 5-day workshop will be complete. Request our guests to
नहीं नोट हो चुका है